Okay, good
Sir.
afternoon, sir. How you doing today?
Hey, doing great, doing great. How are
Amazing.
you?
Man, we're out here, man. Digging deep in the trenches, man. It feels like hellfire is coming down on Bitcoin these days, man.
Well, I think it's the entire crypto market, but
Well, this is
Alpha
true.
is good for the long-term investor.
Hey, man, listen. Sometimes you need to burn some so that you can grow. I remember back in the days, back home,
Yeah,
when the farmers used to cut down their farms. Okay,
yeah,
there
the
was a
bunny.
point in time when they used to burn it. I don't know if you
Yep,
remember that. Yeah,
yep.
that's what is happening right now.
Well, guess
Okay,
what? Guess what happens after that?
what happens after that?
The plants that grow after you do the burning, they
Right?
grow much faster and much healthier.
Shoo! Listen, the same principles applies everywhere, man. We're just not ready for it, but we're here, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to the Yas Daily Show. It's your boy Chevron Brazen.
So,
We'd like to start by reminding you guys that we are giving away some Cardano.
$500.
Don't get distracted, man. Don't get distracted, man. Don't let this fool you. Don't let this make you forget the whole market downturn. Don't let it make you forget that we are giving away $500 worth of Cardano, 250, right, to two people.
Hey, it's a good time to get in there, man. Because
Amen.
guess what happens?
And it's not even that difficult to get in. What do they need to do to get in, man?
Like and subscribe.
Subscribe.
We get to
Subscribe to the channel,
5,000
man.
subscribers
Ah,
and get a chance of winning.
easy peasy. Ladies and gentlemen, man, let's get to it. I know you guys can do it. Go ahead and subscribe. Okay, Kenny, how are the markets looking like today, man?
Choo-choo! Like you said, hellfire.
Man,
There's
it
a
is
sell
just,
right now. That really, well, it's super terrible, but Bitcoin is definitely growing its dominance, while Ethereum is losing its dominance in a way.
right.
But it's quite understandable. Markets are super red. I
Yeah.
mean, even the stock market is red. So
Everything is going
not
down.
not generally red. It was green today, but the stocks that we're monitoring and all the coins are red.
Dude,
So
ICP is down to $37.
that's totally useless now. Is Shibu holding up?
Hey,
It's
there
actually
it
went
is.
up
Oh wow, dude, that's but
from
dang,
32
man.
to 31.
Yeah, it's in there. I think it's only there because Algorand has been getting hit even worse. 23% down in the past 7 days. I mean, this is just. I mean, of course, we're gonna get into the news here, and we'll see why some of these things are happening. So let's jump right into it, man.
Yeah, let's go.
Jim
Let's go.
Cramer says he sold off most of his bitcoins. Here's the thing. First of all, if anyone is taking advice from Jim Cramer, before we even get into the article, man, okay, I would just like to open this by saying that I'm going to roast Jim Cramer with this one. Okay, check this out. 2 months after paying off his mortgage with Bitcoin, okay, Jim Cramer says he's done with cryptocurrency. Of course he is. Okay, one of the catalysts for the move apparently was China's increasing crackdown on cryptocurrency mining, as well as Bitcoin's role in recent ransomware attacks. Listen, I don't think Jim Cramer knows what ransomware means.
I don't think it does.
Yes. If you feel otherwise, sir, I challenge you. Come and explain it. Anyway,
I will say, as a previous Jim Cramer follower
Right.
back in the days, this would be leading you to the slaughterhouse.
man, this is 100% misdirection. Okay, you're
Yep.
being misguided. Because the scary thing about it to me, okay, is that these people are on national TV. Okay, so they're pushing out this information to a huge amount of people across the world. The least you can do is to be honest. Have some integrity, but I think we already know now these people do not have any integrity in their reporting or anything like that.
It's the way the game is played. That's just the way the market rules are played.
Hey,
Deceive folks to get out of their position so that you can get in for dirt cheap.
right?
And I think that has a lot to play with this. But how they get to do it, the media companies get to do it,
We-
and not consider it market manipulation. is what I
Exactly
don't know.
right. Because that's what I was gonna say. I was like, listen, man, if you and I had the clout that these people have, and we came out and we were just, I mean, check it out. When Elon comes out and he starts, doing things that are affecting them negatively, they kind of come at him for market manipulation.
Yeah, it
It's
is.
not okay when Elon does it. It's not okay when they do it. I don't want anyone to be doing it to anyone, right? Let's
Yeah,
just
but
play
this
the game clean and clear as it is.
yeah, this whole argument about China increasing its crackdown. China has been doing that since day one of crypto, so
Absolutely.
it's definitely nothing new. Ransomware is nothing new. Ransomware has been going on for ages, and
That's
crypto
the
has
thing, man.
nothing to
They're
do
just
with it.
throwing around words.
Excuses.
Yeah.
But I think there are other engineerings behind what's going on, and I have
Right.
to do with the big whales getting involved
Absolutely.
and wanting to get a strong position for future growth.
Absolutely.
That's
So
my thought process.
listen, no. First of all, no one should be selling their Bitcoin because Jim Cramer said so. Jim Cramer
I
does
would
not
s-
even understand crypto to begin
I
with.
would even say do not trade with your Bitcoin right now because you're trading away valuable. It's like
Yes.
it's even way better than the freaking dollar. It's like trading away good money and spending it on depreciating assets,
Absolutely.
um, or liabilities. You
It,
know.
it's not worth it. Just hold on to it, right?
Yep.
The article goes on to say that well, this is actually a comment that Jim Cramer made in the broadcast this morning. He said, when you limit mining, the price should obviously go up.
Well,
Let me
that's
explain what
because it
he's
does
saying
not
there.
understand it.
Exactly. So let me explain what he's saying there. What he's saying is, obviously, with cryptocurrency is created by a bunch of computers solving very complex puzzles, if you will, or mathematical problems to mine and certify blocks, right, of code. So what happens is, let's say if you have four computers mining away, if you take away two computers, you just reduce the processing power. You have not reduced the overall amount in circulation. All right.
Correct.
So that does not affect the price, Mr. Kramer. Right. And that was like his biggest thing, which he was using to drive
Yeah,
fear into
the
people.
amount of computers. Well,
Right.
again, it's
All that has happened is that they've reduced the computing power, but the price
yeah.
it does not affect the price. The price is going
No,
down because
no,
people are panicking because they're out here selling people a bunch of crap and they're selling their stuff. And guess what? If you look on the flip side of things, you have all the big companies buying Bitcoin, right?
Yep.
JP Morgan, MSTR, Square, all these massive companies are buying
PayPal.
Bitcoin. But
Yep.
those articles are not being pushed as hard as the articles that you see about China cracking down on Bitcoin or Jim Cramer here having unlimited screen time to push fear into people to get rid of their Bitcoin. If you sell your Bitcoin, the other side is going to pick it up. And guess what? They're going to sell it back to you when it's at the top. That's what
Yep.
happens.
That's the way stock markets work.
Exactly.
But because they don't have control of the crypto markets, they have to put the fear in you, the
This is true.
FUD in you, so that you get shaked out, and then they can take control of the markets,
Absolutely.
just like they do with the stock market.
Now, this last part here is just saying that Jim Cramer has always been a supporter of Bitcoin. I think it's absolute bullshit, man. Let's call it an alternative truth. How
But
about that?
if you're a follower of Cramer and Cramer
Right.
is dumping it, then you will be fearful and you will dump as well.
Hey,
Not knowing that Cramer is just passing on the message.
this is true. This is true. Well, I think if you listen to Cramer, man, you're on your own on that boat. More of the same here. China banks kind of push to have, well, I guess the Chinese government is pushing to have the Chinese banks terminate all crypto transactions, right? And of course, this is one of those things that is creating a lot of fraud right now in the market, causing people to sell. And
Yeah, but I also read an article today that I'm not sure how much power states like Maryland and Texas and Florida have.
right?
They're telling the miners that you guys can come and mine your coins over here,
Oh,
and we have no
absolutely.
problem with that.
Is it-
The issue here is the same issue the United States have with China, is that any corporation that you have is state owned, so
Right.
the Chinese government can control what you do, and the Chinese government does not like the fact that you become free to
Right.
run your own currency. That's not the way the Chinese economy works.
Right.
They have to own it, they have to control it, and coming out with a solution that kind of gives you the freedom to run your own show, becomes an issue, which explains the reasons why they basically shutting things down here.
Absolutely. I think Maryland accepting miners. Texas. I mean, Texas loves crypto, dude. Strangely enough, even though some crypto platforms are still banned over here in Texas, but
Yeah.
I think Texas is one of those states that has really been taking on. They actually invited BitBoy Crypto over to talk about some policy and how they can better tax crypto and things like that. I like the approach to it. Florida as well, so
Yep.
that's definitely a good thing.
Yep.
While the rest of the world is busy selling crypto, what is going on
Added
here?
up.
489 million dollars of crypto purchased by MicroStrategy. Tell us about this.
Yeah. So the article is actually on a different page, so you have to click continue
Oh
to
well,
read
where
on
are we?
Cointelegraph.
Speaking of
And it just
Cointelegraph, dude.
basically states that more coins were purchased today, and they're
Right.
basically adding on to their position. So, it all goes back to what news are you following, where you're getting your information from,
Yeah,
and then just trying to interpret what's going on.
absolutely. So it's like when you look at the news being pushed forward is that Bitcoin is going to, is in trouble. It's going down. It's absolutely, it's not going to survive. All those kind of things. But when you look a little bit deeper, right? When you look at the actions that are being taken, all the action that is being taken is saying that, hey, this thing is not going to, this is not going away, because I don't think these corporations will be blowing so much money on Bitcoin if they truly believe that this thing is not going to survive that test of time. There's things that we don't know. Just think that we happen to be in a unique position where we're able to see these things from both sides, and we understand what their actions are saying versus what a lot of the articles they're pushing out is trying to say. So yeah, I would say keep loading. Not financial
Yeah.
advice for sure,
And I
but
would say Warren Buffett also said, when everybody's freaking out and running, that's why you should be buying more.
that is when you should be buying. Absolutely. I agree with that.
MicroStrategy is following that rule.
Absolutely. The next industrial revolution is already here. It's called DeFi.
Yeah, I think we've talked about this on several of our recordings.
We
Here's
have.
another article that also supporting that, and it just talked about how the centralized finance industry came into play, and how the Carnegies of the world, and the Rockefellers just used the industrialization to just basically put all the money in the hands of a very few people.
Right.
And the JP Morgans and the Morgan Stanleys, the Wells Fargo controlled basically all the financial transactions,
Right.
where you have to trust somebody with your money so that you can spend your money, right?
Absolutely.
And it's a really great article, actually. I think you should add this to the description of this video.
For sure.
And it explains how crypto, the DeFi, decentralizes all that, right? And I think that adds to the reason why they have been trying to crash this solution. And in the process of crashing, they are getting access to it so that they can go back into that control setup where they might not be the middleman, but they own majority of the shares. So they can trade it and impact or direct the market as they wish. That is why they make billions and trillions of dollars. So this little section that you highlighted talks about how decentralization come into play. And then if you scroll down a little bit further, paragraph talks about what DeFi does for us in crypto, which basically you don't need no freaking middleman. It's my money. I can loan it out and I can make the money back on my interest through staking. I can loan it out. I can trade it. You don't
Yes.
need the banks.
Absolutely.
So the banks are slowly realizing the impact that crypto will have to their world, and they're pushing back hard. And not just only pushing back hard, they're also pushing to get a big share, a big whale size or elephant size share of what's going on. And I would say that's probably one of the reasons why we have the crashes that are going on right now.
Yeah, I think obviously you have to shake people out of the markets, so that you can jump in there and kind of take control of the situation. For me, I think as long as it's staying down and as long as they're pushing down, it's just always unfortunate that the times when the markets are down, like you said, and your cash availability always seem to not always be synchronized. You know, so for me personally, I think that this is a great opportunity to keep buying for sure. And decentralized finance is definitely something that I think people should start looking into it. It's at this point, it is no longer okay to not know about DeFi. It's no longer okay to not be understanding what crypto is, right? I have older family members who have been contacting me and they're like, "Hey man, tell me more about this crypto," because it's something that they know I've been talking to them about it, but no one was paying attention. But when it gets to that point, when when my mother, out of all people, calls me and is like, "Hey, how is Bitcoin doing?" Right? Something has changed for sure. So to ignore crypto altogether at this point in time, I think that is really to your own disadvantage. I'm going to leave the link to Ave's website. I think it's something that I'm trying to understand much right now. Being able to stake, borrow, and really you can make trade and make residual income using DeFi. So
I think we need to invest more time into that.
Absolutely.
We have enough shares, enough coins.
Yeah.
That we should be able to start doing that now.
Absolutely.
Instead of just sitting through the
down market, right? Yeah, I agree with you on that one. Actually, I think that's something that we can start working on, because even in the down market here, you can still make some serious interest on your coins that you're staking. Exactly.
Still make money.
Yes, sir. So we're going to look at the charts here. I mean, to be honest, there's not much serious going on, except that things are just dropping right now. So we're just going to browse. There's not really much of a technical analysis. I think we can just pick the bottom where we think this thing is going to.
Sure.
And then we'll wrap it up there. So Bitcoin, I know we have this support level here. We did a technical analysis a couple weeks back, and we said worst case scenario 2,500.
Yep.
And right now,
it's currently at the second to the worst case scenario.
Exactly, almost there. So if we touch that 30 line there, and if it breaks down from there, then we might see 25.
Which
it's very possible.
Which goes back to Mr. Analyst chat in the squad.
Yes.
Which said that good time to head onto your position would be between the second and the worst case scenario. Which
hey
is
man,
30 and 25.
has he been learning technical analysis? That might hit that number right on the head.
Hey, I'm not sure where he gets his information from. He's coming up with some weird numbers.
Oh my god, hey man, hey, he hit that one right on the head, because after he said it this morning, and when I finally got on and I looked and I saw the yellow line, I was like, holy crap, he got that spot on. That is crazy. All right, Ethereum, man, this is just, I think Ethereum is really about to get it, man. This is gonna come screaming down.
I predicted this was gonna happen. So.
Yeah, you did call this one. So you actually called it before that you put that line there. So we're really down there. Ethereum, hey, might come down to 1,500. If it does, man, I'm fine with that. I just need it to take its time to get there. You know what I mean? Because we need to accumulate some funds so that we can now, throw at this thing. So
and that actually reminds me, we need to open up the CoinList account for Stack so that we can start investing.
Yes, we do need to start working on that as well.
Well.
ADA, Cardano, as you know.
It's quite disappointing. There was this huge rumor about Cardano being up as high as $14 in June.
Right.
And now it crashed to $2. I'm like, what the fuck? Excuse my French. Cardano was never at $14.
Oh, Cardano at $14, man. Listen, be careful.
That would be awesome.
Be careful who you listen to, man. People just say things these days.
But the reality is that Cardano is experiencing what every other coin is experiencing. There's nothing wrong with the project. The project is still on track. It's just, I still think the big whales are trying to get involved, and they're just pushing the price down so they can get it dirt cheap.
Hey man,
they can get it as cheap as possible before this thing blows back up.
When it
blows back up, they will be the one making that decision for it to blow back up. Which will now go back to what goes on with the Nasdaq and the S&P. The big whales go in, it goes up. They want to get out, they get out. You're left holding the bag. So you just have to be very careful now going forward.
Absolutely. Hey, for me, I just know that I'm going to keep loading every opportunity I get. The other one that I'm actually going to start getting more aggressive with is XRP, dude. I think it's been sitting there for a while.
That's a good support level right there.
Yeah, I think it's time
Breaks
to
through
start
that,
getting.
it's going further down.
Yeah, so wherever it goes from here, I think I'm gonna start getting more aggressive with with
That will be
loading
the next
XRP.
level right there.
Absolutely. So we'll see how that goes. Until next time, ladies and gentlemen, do not forget, when we get to 5,000 subscribers, we're going to be giving away $500 worth of Cardanos. 2 winners, right? $250 each, straight to your crypto wallet. Until next time, please like, share, subscribe. Everyone present out. Okay,
Go out.